that Superman, that
Hello Dominators, Domination Tips, right back with another episode for you. You may have recognized that my base layout has changed dramatically from a complete resource protection layout to one of my World War layouts for metal protection. This is due to the fact that some of my Alliance guys asked me whether to go again for some medals, like I did before in the Enlightenment Age, and you see I'm quite again at 2,119 medals. So yesterday I started and now I'm quite high. In 81 medals I will get even to the next league, where the league bonus is already quite okay, above 70,000 per win. And so I'm trying to test some World War layouts, due to the fact that in World War, you probably know, there is actual no World War replay, so that you can see how enemies attacked and what defenses or what strategies they used to get rid of your base. Therefore, my recommendation, and I will do a video about this also, is to probably, if you want to prove or to check the durability of your World War layout, just rebuild it in your ordinary town and then rise or increase your medal count up to 2,000, even 2,200, because at this point very severe and dangerous as well as helpful attacks are getting done to your base. Like you see over here, almost global age players which are using everything they have, blessings, all troops, donated troops, mercenaries, tactics, whatever. And so you can see how your base is proving. Yes, so far today's episode will be about our planes and how to control them. This episode is featured by Step DomiNations. A big thanks to Step DomiNations at this point, because this information I'm presenting to you I got from him. So it's not originally my information, but I'm presenting to you on my channel also, so that as many as possible players are getting access to this information. But first, let's check out one defensive log, I think. Over here, this is only a few minutes ago, we had a fully maxed out global age player, a French guy with, I think, nearly maxed out troops. He has some blessings on, I have also some blessings, so nearly equal. But you have to keep in mind his troops are at global age stage, and my base isn't at all at industrial stage. That means he's more than one age above me. And if you get this point in mind, or if you remind this point, I think my base did very well. We see over here his troops got into the traps, and so he decided to rally back and take protection on his troops. Okay, the sabotage was quite okay. I have to think whether this constellation of buildings over here is so good, because you are able to sabotage 4 important buildings at once. Even 5, I think. Town center, mortar, tank depot, cannon tower and sniper tower. The cannon tower is gone now. Now he rallies his troops inside. But that was a stupid rally over here. You see the artillery firing on his troops. The only good thing, he had a little bit luck, due to the fact that his troops were still protected through protection. Otherwise, if the artillery would shot over here, most of his howitzers and ranged troops would be gone. That was quite lucky from him, but nevertheless he was unable to get the quick victory, which is very cool for me, because this is one of the aims of my base. Let's skip it a little bit. Nevertheless, he got the town center as well as the 50% win. Now he also steals my oil. I hate you for this. He takes one of my tanks. 3 of my tanks, 1 heavy and 2 ordinary tanks. He takes my oil, but now his troops are dead. They will die now. Here they are going. Yes, he's also always still using his paratroopers, trying to get also the 75%, but he was even unable to get 75%. So at all, this was quite a World War attack, due to the fact that he used everything he has, except for mercenaries, I think. And he was only able to get 2 stars. I'm very happy about this. So in this replay I could not see any big disadvantage of this base layout. I'm waiting for other replays. which I can analyze quite better due to the fact that enemies get 5 stars probably, to see where the weaknesses are. So, like I mentioned, today we'll talk about our airplanes or our air units and how to control them, because especially the industrial and global age players among you probably know that if you are attacking, your planes are often running very confusing, have miscommunication with your other troops, and you rally them on some buildings which are already destroyed, and then they are turning big rounds above the enemy base and getting hit by very many defensive buildings and probably die. So first, let's take some general information for all players of you which probably don't have even you reached the industrial or global age. Air units are a new kind of unit which is coming to you right in the industrial area, in the industrial era, and you can just construct them at your airstrip. You have 3 specific kinds of air units. At first you have the planes, then you have bombers or zeppelins, and from the global age on you even have transporters. Let's go to the first one. The planes are your main air units. You see they have pretty good hit points for air units, but a little bit less damage. Their main aspect or their focus is to fight against enemy defenders, such as tanks, as it means cavalry and infantry, even as well as all defenders which are spawned by the enemy. There they have very multiple damage and are very effective. Against enemy buildings they are very ineffective. The only way you can just use them is by rallying them on enemy defensive buildings, because if you are calling them in, enemy defensive buildings will getting slowed down by about 66%, I think. That's a very huge amount, so they are shooting or even producing defenders very much slower for a little amount of time, and you can use in this way your planes very strategically. The second amount or the second kind of airplanes we have are our zeppelins or our bombers. They are very slow and only very single target, because or due to the fact that they have a huge capacity of 2, so you could probably produce 2 ordinary planes or even only 1 zeppelin or bomber. That makes them very vulnerable, due to the fact that you could have if you think about, you could have 2 planes with in total over 5,000 hit points, or only 1 bomber which costs the same amount or the same space of troop space, which has only 1,000 hit points and moving very slowly. So the single target is able to get beaten by enemy towers and enemy defensive buildings very much more easy, but therefore the damage is much higher than with all other air units, and it's able to destroy nearly all of the enemy buildings, instead only town center and air defenses. These are the weaknesses of the bomber or of the zeppelin. All other buildings can be done by one flying above and dropping the bombs. So this is a very strong air unit which has to be protected by tactics or other units. At least we also have the transporter, which I don't want to mention now, because I don't have the transporter, and it has to be used very specific, because it is dealing no damage. It is just only dropping some troops in periodically times. Yes. Here we are, guys. I took a photo or a screenshot of even an atomic age base. This has nothing to do with our topic. I only use this kind of base because you can see the exploration is very great, because he got rid of he got rid of all of his forests. So you can right easily check out that the ground space, which is available for everyone, is just the same. And it is a ground space which has the area of a square. You can see it's yes, like a square, and this square area is separated into 4 symmetrical triangles, like you see here. Over here we have one triangle on the side of the alliance gate, one at the embassy, one at the dock, and one at the free space. And this is just leading your air troops, or predicting where your air units will arrive and how they are flying. So if you by the way, this is the war grid, or nearly something like the war grid which Step Dominations did. So again, the reference, this is Step Dominations information, I'm just only sharing to you. The idea behind is, if you are planning a world war attack or something like this, you have very much time due to the fact that you have planning day for over 24 hours. So you can go to your enemy you want to attack, or your mirror number, whatever, and then you take just easily a screenshot, go to a drawing program, and then put this cross, this red cross or whatever color it has, this cross above the enemy base, and to link it from the right corner to the left corner and from the top corner to the bottom corner. And then you have this war grid to predict from where your planes will arrive. When you now call in your airplanes are, for all guys who probably don't know, are units which are not completely over the complete game active, like ground units. They are only getting active if you call them in, and they will fly, shoot at the building you called them in, will turn, again shoot at the building, and then they will disappear. Hopefully if they did not get crashed. But if you plan for a wrong building and they are arriving from a site which you did not predict or which you did not anticipate, they very often fly around or fly above buildings which are very harmful to them, and they destroy them. But if you're using this triangle, you see all buildings which are quite within this triangle, which is marked by the yellow arrows, the planes definitely will arrive from the embassy side. And so you can very easily get sure, okay, I want to probably, only an example, rally them on this mortar, then the planes will arrive from over here. And you see, okay, we have 1, 2, 3 towers and 1 air defense, which is getting dangerous. So you can see I have to get rid of these both buildings, and then I can put 1 sabotage probably over here to also disable air defense and the tower, and then I can really easily put 2, 3 or even 4 of my planes, let them attack on this mortar, and there is nothing to harm them. They can fly around the mortar, shoot, turn around, again shoot at him and disappear without getting any damage. And so you can very strategically plan your attack. Hopefully this was understandable, guys. Give me some comment in the feedback section or in the comment section. We'll see you soon. Your Domination Tips.